Hey, welcome to This Mama's House. Today I'm sharing with you some easy meal prep for busy moms. I am a mom of 6 and having meals ready to grab and heat up is so essential for me. So today I'm sharing with you some of the meals that I have prepared for this week. This took me about 2 hours to do, so it was really easy and it was actually a lot of fun. So I can't wait to share with you all the recipes that I made today. Thank you to Meeson for sponsoring today's video. More about them in just a little bit. So I picked up a really nice set of meal prep containers. It came with 60 different pieces, so lids and bottoms, 10 of each size. And I thought this would be a good way to just portion things out for easy grab and go type foods. So these are dishwasher safe and I thought they were pretty good quality. So we'll see how they hold up and I'm excited to try them. The first food that I was going to prepare is scrambled eggs. I like to have scrambled eggs prepped and ready for the week. That way I can just take them out and reheat. So I started by scrambling up a dozen eggs, and these are some local eggs from one of our friends who has a bunch of chickens. So I feel very grateful to be able to have these farm fresh eggs. They are so delicious. They taste so good. I added a little bit of salt and pepper to the eggs, as well as some half and half just to get them nice and creamy. Once the eggs were all prepped, I added in some vegetables. I chose some red onion as well as broccoli. Now this Meeson knife is incredible, you guys. I have never had a knife of this quality, but this is a chef's knife and it's basically a workhorse in the kitchen. You can use it for such a variety of chopping and cutting and slicing, and I definitely noticed the difference of this knife compared to some of my other knives that I thought were actually high quality. This one blows them out of the water. Using this knife really made a difference for me during this meal prep. Things went faster and it was honestly more enjoyable because I wasn't struggling to cut the food. Meeson has become really popular lately. Their average customer rating is 4.8 out of 5 stars. And their price is phenomenal for a knife of this quality. Meeson's unique sloped bolster pulls double duty. The sloped shape encourages the proper pinch grip for cutting, and it's very comfortable to work with and control. The angle of the blade makes it a lot sharper and easier to cut with. It's made with premium AUS 10 steel, which offers an even better balance between lasting sharpness and durability, with 2 times the carbon content of some other premium knives. This knife was hand tested by professional chefs, home cooks, and people who had never even handled a knife before. They went through 37 different prototypes before they knew that they had the perfect knife. And I can attest to how amazing it feels just as being a regular cook in my home kitchen. I grew up cooking a lot. My dad is actually a chef, and I thought this would make a perfect Father's Day gift for him. So hopefully he's not watching, but I plan to get him one of these knives for Father's Day this year. It would make a great gift for a wedding present or Mother's Day or any of the chefs you know in your life. Click the link below and use my code to get 20% off this already affordable knife, plus everything on their site with free shipping on orders of $75 or more. Now to continue on with the scrambled eggs, I melted some butter in my pan and just poured that in, and then I added some of my leftover ground sausage that we had in the fridge. I love trying to incorporate things that need to be used up in my meal prep. That way no food is going to waste. And these eggs were so delicious. The kids probably won't enjoy them with the onion and broccoli, but I find that usually my kids like to pick what they want for breakfast. So this is something for me to have on hand and my husband to be able to grab and eat. When the eggs are mostly cooked, that's when I like to add the cheese and just stir it up. It tastes so yummy with a nice heaping bowl of cheese added. These eggs will last me all week, and I probably will serve them with a piece of toast or maybe a tortilla and kind of have a little egg burrito. The next recipe that I made is protein pancakes. So I love adding different things to my pancake batter to make it more nutritious. This time I added eggs and protein powder and milk. This pancake mix is a mix that you just add water, but I find they turn out really good when I add other things too. So I use some of this vanilla protein powder, 3 eggs, and milk rather than water. I also added in a little bit of olive oil. Now, I can make pancakes or waffles with this same recipe, and sometimes I'll add other things too, like maybe chia seeds or flax seeds. So they're really tasty, and you probably hear Tommy. He's sitting with me while I film this voiceover. You're too little for pancakes, aren't you, buddy? I got this amazing batter dispenser off of Amazon, and it is so nifty for pancakes, and I think it would work good for waffles or maybe even muffin tins, so it wouldn't be like super messy when you're putting it in. But I love it. This was the first time I actually tried it out, and it is awesome. I'm so glad that I got it, because usually it's so messy to pour the pancakes onto the pan. But I used my cast iron skillets. I had 2 going with some browned butter on the bottom of the pan, and these pancakes smelled amazing while I was cooking them. The next thing I decided to work on was some snack boxes. So I wanted to make kind of like a cheese board box as well as like a peanut butter box. And these I feel like are going to be really good to have on hand for me for breastfeeding. So if I have to go and sit down with the baby to feed him, I will just grab one of these boxes and eat it. So I really noticed that breastfeeding goes the best when I'm getting a lot of nutrition and a lot of calories in my day, and that's why I wanted to have these snack boxes ready. So the first snack box, the cheese board box, I did some cut up cheese, pepperoni, and then some dried apricots and pecans. I didn't have crackers, but I thought that would also be pretty yummy in this box. And then I decided to do like a peanut butter box. And so I did celery and dates and pretzels with peanut butter and chocolate chips. If you've never had a date with peanut butter and chocolate chips on it, it's so good. It tastes like a Snickers bar. It's delicious. And I thought another thing that would be good is like sliced apples with this to dip in the peanut butter. Now, of course, you'd have to add like some lemon juice or something to keep them from going brown. But I love these little snack containers, and I am going to be using these often. I think even like driving in the car, I can just grab one and munch on them. It's just hard to make time to eat, which sounds so weird, but it is true. When you're a mom of 6, you're worried about feeding everyone, and often I'm just like munching on whatever's left from the kids' plates. But these snack containers are gonna be really good for me. The next thing I worked on was making a lemon chicken dish with vegetables. So I did sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Now I was like shocked when I used this Meeson knife to cut the fat off the chicken. It just was so easy, and I was literally shocked because usually I'm there like sawing the fat off with my other knife, but it literally just slipped right on. And like I was saying earlier, like using this knife for this meal prep just made the meal prep more enjoyable, because everything that required a knife was made more simple because of the quality of this one. So I was really excited about that. And then after I cut the fat off, I added salt and pepper, and then some of the buttery steakhouse seasoning to the top. This is from the Kinder's brand. I've been seeing this brand all over, so I had to try it myself, and it was really yummy. And then I flipped them over and added some lemon juice on the bottoms, and I just love the flavor of lemon and chicken together. Also, cutting this lemon in half with that knife was so simple. I was just like so impressed the whole time I was making this food. So I was popping that into the oven first because I knew that would have to cook the longest, and then I moved on to prepping the sweet potatoes. Now I felt like this was going to be a real test of this knife because sweet potatoes are so hard to cut. Sweet potatoes and butternut squash, those like really hard vegetables, and this was so simple. It was like butter. Honestly, I am going to be reaching for this knife every time that I cook, so you're going to be seeing it in a lot of upcoming videos. And I think that you guys will like to have one in your kitchen too. So don't forget to check out the link in the description box to get 20% off this amazing kitchen knife and use it for yourself. So I just put these chopped up sweet potatoes on a sheet pan, drizzled them with olive oil, salt, pepper. I think I did a little bit of garlic too, and then just roasted those up for quite a while. I like them to be a little bit brown, and they turned out really, really good. And then I started to prep the Brussels sprouts. Now we like burnt Brussels sprouts, so you're going to definitely see how they are thoroughly cooked. But I just chopped those up and then put them in my cast iron skillet with butter and olive oil and seasoning, and they always turn out so good that way. I love Brussels sprouts so much. Now while all of those veggies and chicken were cooking, I got started on the quinoa salad. I love quinoa salad. It's so fresh and delicious tasting. So first I got the quinoa cooking, which was 1 cup of quinoa with 2 cups of water. And quinoa cooks really, really fast. It's like 5 minutes and it's done, and you just let it sit for like 15 minutes. And then I chopped up a bunch of different veggies. You could really use any veggies that you want. I think key veggies to have in it is parsley and the red onion, and then you can add whatever else that you like. I added garbanzo beans and carrots. I really like adding cucumber, but I didn't have any. And then I make a dressing with lemon and lime and vinegar and oil and salt and garlic. And then I just mix it all together with the quinoa, drizzle the dressing over it and stir it up, and this is just so tasty and filling, and it's gonna make a really good lunch to have on hand. So the last thing I am doing here, I let the chicken and veggies cool, and then I was just cutting it up and portioning it out into my meal prep containers. And this meal is going to be so good to have for lunch because my kids usually like mac and cheese or chicken nuggets for lunch, and I definitely want something a little bit more filling. They would eat this too, but they would prefer this type of meal for dinner. So this is going to be lunches for mama, that's for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my meal prep for the week. If you like this kind of video, definitely let me know. I haven't done one of these like this in a long time, and I would love to film more for you if you enjoy it. But we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!